What is going on YouTube? Chris with Jerno's Comics and Pop Culture. Alright guys, here it is. My final selection for my CGC submissions. So I'm going to run through these, and I'm also going to show you guys my runners-up. And let me just tell you before I start going through the books. For those that know already, I am not a CGC slab type of guy. I have almost 15,000 comics in my collection, and I have my 6 slab books, all in which I purchased that way off of eBay. Now, being that I had a little money to say what I want to do with this, I decided to spend the $150 for the year and, you know, focus on getting some key books slab, because I'm not into, I've said this before, I'm not into just slabbing random comics, especially modern comics. And that's fine if that's what you guys want. If those people that do that want to do that, it's what they enjoy. For me, I'd rather take that money and put it into more comics. I don't have that type of budget where putting a book that has little to no value in a slab for 20 plus bucks, whatever, that's just me. So my preference is, if I am going to spend the money on this, I want it to be books that are of high value, of higher grade, and that are in some form or fashion, most likely a key book, right? So when I was going through the submission, putting everything in, when I finally pushed them through, I realized that the shipping was insane. Now, keep in mind, you have to pay shipping to ship them to CGC. Now, that's not too bad, because, say, for me, I had like 9 or 10 books. I think I was going up to maybe like 14. I could probably fit them in either a medium or a large flat rate priority box, which is anywhere from 15 to 20 bucks. And then I'm not too sure what insurance is on that though. So you might add maybe up to $10 more for insurance. I have to look into that. It's not horrible though, still, but keep in mind, you're already paying $18 for modern books and $25 for you know, Silver Age or Bronze Age, as long as they're under the $200 value. If they're over the $200 value, it's going to be even more. I had books that were at or under the $200 value, and the shipping was $100 for, I think at this point it was like 12 books. Now, there was one other option of shipping that was almost $60, but it only covered up to $100 in insurance. I'm like, no way, I'm sending out like $1,500 of value of books. I need to keep my books covered. That is absolutely sure. I'm already having anxiety, a panic attack about sending these off. It's like sending my baby out into the world, you know, type of a feeling, and you want to make sure they're protected. So I said, this isn't feasible. I called him, talked to him. Got a little peace of mind, and I'm like, okay, I get it. So basically, what was happening that pushed the price up was I had modern book tiers and I believe they call it the value tier, which is the $25 one for the older books. They ship them back to you, and they have to charge you for each shipment. So I said, okay, well, guess what? I have to make a decision, because I'm not going to pay for 2 shipments. I had to cut out all of my modern books that I wanted to send in, which sucks. And I'm going to get to it, because there was one modern book that was like my number one reason of wanting to get these pressed up, but I'm going to have to wait. So that happened. Now, when I took that off, it was still at like over $60 for shipping. But then I kind of took a high end in the value for each book to ensure. So I cut those down more to kind of like what I paid for them. And it dropped the shipping down to like $56. And I'm like, well, this is as low as it's going to go. Now, I'm not too happy about this, because nowhere on the website did I read that you had to pay for return shipping. I was thinking that that's included in, you know, the cost of each book, you know, the $25 or the $18. So nope. So now, you know, when you calculate, when you divide that by how many books you're sending in, it's like, you know, you're adding anywhere from like $5 to $15 onto each book that you're already paying $18 to $25 for to get it pressed up. So for me at this point, it's like, unless my book is worth at minimum of $100, why am I doing this? You know, seriously, why am I spending all this money? Guys, it's not for me. So what I'm thinking in the future, if I do have a high grade key that I want to send in, hopefully I'll find a local LCS that would, you know, just send one book out and charge me minimal shipping and insurance. You know, who knows? But guys, it's not for me, man. Now, the only reason I had a budget for this right now is because of my tax return. And it's something that I can't like keep up, you know, to be honest. You know, when I think I'm just stating that because I know every collector out there has to manage a budget, and no matter, you know, where that budget is, you know, maybe on a higher end or a lower end, but we all got to manage a budget. And these are the things that I'm looking at. And I just really have come to the grips that I don't think this is for me. So I'm obviously going to utilize, this year that I bought, and this is what is going out, guys. So, first off, we have Fantastic Four number 74. Now, this book isn't a key. I mean, it's an earlier Silver Surfer and Galactus. Awesome cover. And this book is like, I mean, if not near mint, I mean, like very fine plus. I mean, this book is, it's like right off the shelf. I did notice a little discoloration, like a stain that was the size of maybe like a paperclip on the back cover, maybe for some kind of water damage, but it's not, it's like completely, there's no texture change, there's no rippling, nothing. I did give it a quick press, but even before I press it up, it was only the discoloration, so I hope that doesn't bring it down too much. Without that, I mean, I wouldn't see why this book would not get a 9.0 at minimum. So that's what I'm hoping for this book. Let's pray. All right, now, of course, this is the key. Thor 165, first appearance of him. This is a high mid-grade. I am hoping for, man, at least a 6.5 with this, but we'll see. This is another near mint. Now, this is a key to me. For me, this is a key book. The Origin of Captain America Retold, number 109. And this book is another, like, right off the shelf near mint. I don't see why this book wouldn't get a 9.0 at minimum. I hope nothing less than an 8.5. Please, God. Like, all right, we got Power of Warlock. So, Warlock, Volume 1, number 1. I'm assuming this book is going to be, shoot, man, I mean, at least an 8.0, but, I mean, it could get up to a 9.0 in my opinion. I didn't even give this book a press. It was just that smooth. You can see that the cover is a little misaligned right there, but it's not from, like, a roll. I don't think there's really a spine roll on this, so I'm hoping at least 8.0 for this guy. All right, then we got Amazing Spider-Man number 135, and I'm hoping 8.0 for this one, up to possibly a 9.0. Again, there's no color breaks. I mean, the edges are pretty crisp. See a little ding there. Oh, there is that little smudge on top of Spider-Man that I got most of it out. Little something going on right there, if you see that at the top corner. I don't know. I would love to at least get an 8.0 on that guy. All right, now we got the big guys here. Amazing Spider-Man 121, Death of Gwen Stacy. This book is very, very beautiful. A little bit of a spine roll going on, or just miscentering. See, I think it's just miscentered, but we got some spine ticks up here, and then we have a little bit of color break going up parallel with the spine on the bottom. I would love, man, I would love to get a 7.5 on this, but anything lower than a 7.0 would break my heart. But I would love a 7.5. That's what I'm hoping. All right. We got Amazing Spider-Man 31. First appearance of Gwen Stacy. This is beautiful. No huge color breaks besides of a decent amount of stuff going on along the spine right there, if you guys can see that. No real spine roll. It's pretty flat for the most part, but you can tell it was red. See, I mean, you can see the color break along the spine. The edges down here are smooth. Look at that. The only thing is that this book, if you can see, I can't even show it, but okay. So the book sits flat along the spine, right? But where the first, there's the centerfold, right? So where the staples are in the middle of the book, when you fold the first half closed and sit it with the second half closed, that second half of pages sits like a centimeter behind the front ones, as if somebody like trimmed the back pages. And I got this on eBay, and I told the seller, like, look, I'm sending this off to CGC. If this comes back with the, what is it, the purple label, right? That, because it's been, oh gosh, I'm blanking on my words now, guys. It's been messed with. Then he said, we'll figure something out. But, because otherwise, I mean, it's still a beautiful book. I would love to get a 6.5 on this book. 6.0, I'd be happy with. But I'm shooting for 6.5. Okay, lastly, I was really fighting myself over the last one I should send off, and I'm doing this one. Amazing Spider-Man number 124. I mean, it's a higher grade, but it does have a color break right here, if you guys can see that. But the corners are still pretty crisp. No real spine roll, just a couple ticks. I think this book could get. I've seen books with 8.5 with color breaks in them, but I'd be happy with the 8.0. I'd be happy with a 7.5, but anything lower than that, it's going to break my heart. So, now here are the runner-ups. I was battling between the first appearance of Man-Wolf, but being that it's a first appearance, I went with it. Let me show you guys the runners-up that aren't modern books. So, there was obviously the beautiful Amazing Spider-Man 39. I think this is probably a very good, probably at least a 4.0. I want to wait for a higher grade. This was what I was battling over. Do I send this high grade, which could, I think, easily get an 8.0, 8.5? Do I send this, which is a slightly higher grade than the 124 first appearance of Man-Wolf? But I just think the Man-Wolf with the first appearance, I decided to pick that one instead of that. And then I really wanted to send this one out, but I just think this is beat up. I mean, again, maybe a very, very good, maybe very good minus. I don't even know. When books start getting down to the lower mid grades, I'm not very good. I'm not a very good judge. But I'm hoping that I can maybe get a higher grade than that to get CGC at some point down the line. We got the first appearance of Harry Osborn as Green Goblin, Amazing Spider-Man 136. This probably was like a 7.5, 8.0, but yeah, it just fell. So that's those runner-ups. Now let's go to the modern ones that I took out because so we have Infinity Gauntlet number 1. I have 2 of these. Both of them are in like near mint condition. I mean, at least a 9.4. So that'd be nice. But it's just like, this book, even after the movie hype, depending on where the grade is, this still is only like a $30, $40 book. Maybe $50 if it gets like up to a 9.6, 9.8. But it's just not worth it. This is the one though, guys. This is the one that is so beautiful. I think it's at least a 9.2 and possibly even higher. And I wanted this to get pressed up so bad, but I'm going to have to wait. Then we had my Amazing Spider-Man 252, 1 of 2 copies. This is probably like a 7.5, but had to wait. And then Venom number 1, the ASM 300 cover swipe, which is just beautiful. Obviously, it's near mint. It's brand new. But, yep. And then number 700 variant, 300 cover swipe. So we'll see if that ever happens, guys. I don't know. I really don't know. But these ones are going out for sure. Let me know what you guys think of my choices. I'm going to be, I already have the list all made up in my cart. I haven't printed out the invoices yet for the packaging. I probably will be doing that tomorrow, and I'll be sending these out on Friday. So, if you any last words or forever hold your peace, if anybody has any advice for me and be like, yo, no, don't send that one out. I got some, I had some other runners up too. I had a Spider-Woman number 1, but I don't know. That might have been like a 7.5. Shoot, what else did I have? I had a, oh yeah, here's my Spider-Woman #1. That was a runner-up. Like I said, probably about a 7.5. And a couple others, guys. But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts, let me know. If I picked some good ones, or you think that I could have did better. How about this one right now? With the movie out and everything. And seeing possible grown-up Monica Rambeau in Phase 4. Could be. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave some comments. I would love your guys' feedback on this. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do so. Thank you for watching. And until next time.